which is the glorification of Sri Govardhan Hill, and later we'll proceed with the lessons and the pastime. So devotees can repeat. Hantaya Madrirabala Haridas Varyo
Hantaya Madrirabala Haridas Varyo
Yad Ramo Garanayas Yat
Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayorya
Paniya Suyavasa Kanda Mule.
Paniya Suyavasa Kanda Mulai.
So devotees can repeat, maybe 3 devotees, then we will proceed.
Hantaya Madrirabal Abala Haridas Varyo
Hantaya Madrirabala Haridas Varyo
Yadrama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha
Yadram Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha
Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayorya
Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayorya
Paniyas Suyavasha Kandara Kandamulai
Paniya Suyavasa Kanda Mule. Anyone else would like to recite? So we'll proceed with the translation. All the devotees, this Govardhan hill is the best. Oh my friends, this hill supplies Krishna and Balram along with their calves, cows and cowherd friends with all kinds of necessities. Water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respects to the Lord. Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balram, Govardhan hill appears very jubilant. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This translation is quoted from Srila Prabhupada's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 18.34. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains the opulence of Govardhan hill as follows. Paniya refers to the fragrant, cool water from the Govardhan waterfalls, which Krishna and Balram drink and use to wash their feet and mouths. Govardhan also offers other beverages such as honey, mango juice, and pilu juice. Suyavasa indicates durva grass used to make the religious offerings of arghya. Govardhan also has grass that is fragrant, soft, and conducive to the strong growth of cows and increased production of milk. Thus, this grass is used for feeding the transcendental herds. Kandara refers to the caves where Krishna, Balram, and their friends play, sit, and lie down. These caves give pleasure when the weather is too hot or too cold, or when it is raining. Govardhan also features soft roots for eating, jewels for ornamenting the body, fat places for sitting, and lamps and mirrors in the form of smooth stones, glistering water, and other natural substances. We'll offer prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadhi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauritushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatam ham vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. So it is a very, very beautiful verse. We will actually, later part of the discussion, we will go through this details of this verse. But for now, we will start with the pastime. This verse, whole verse is glorification about how Govardhan Hill was so merciful, and he is Haridasa Varyo. There are three Haridasas. Out of them, Haridasa Varyo is referred to Sri Govardhanji. So we'll start with the pastime. This pastime of Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill, it comes in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, and 24th chapter onwards it begins and goes till 25th chapter. So there is some similarity between this pastime and another pastime of Rishabdevji. First, let us try to see the similarity. So when in 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we know that Rishabdev appeared, and as soon as he appeared, he was very, very beautiful. His appearance was so charming that everyone was attracted to Lord Rishabdev. Seeing this, Indradev became, again, he became, he became insecure. Yeah. So Indra was insecure and he started thinking, Arey, attention is going to this child and eventually he may become Indra also. Everyone is trying to adore him and he is becoming so famous. So that time what Indra did, to show that I am the controller, he thought, okay, let me teach a lesson to all Bharatvarshas, those who are staying in Bharatvarsha. So for some period of time, Indradev held the reins. He did not allow reins to happen. And that point of time, Rishabdev, understanding the mind of Indradev, wanted to teach him a lesson. And as we know that Lord, Maya Adhyakshana Prakriti, Suyate sa characharam, hetu nanena konteya, jagat viparivartate. That whole material energy is working under Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. And Lord Rishabdev, being none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead, just immediately indicated like this. And eventually there were rains all over India, all over Bharatvarsha. And seeing this, Indra was thinking, how is it possible? All clouds are under me. I am the controller of rain. How is it possible that it rained without my permission? And that point of time, he actually understands that I am also under Supreme Lord, and it is Supreme Lord's desire. So one more similar example we can see in this our day-to-day life. Suppose some CEO of the company is there, and he needs 5 lakh rupees urgently. So generally, he may go to HOD. There is a department in the organization. But if HOD is not there, then the other employee who is under him, he may tell, the CEO may tell, just give me 5 lakh rupees. And he may say, HOD is not there. He said, no problem. You tell him I came, and you can document later. So he will immediately give it off, because the CEO directly requested. So similar way, although the Lord has appointed the departmental positions, whatever, and to administer, but under Supreme Lord's will, even they can be superseded. So in this pastime of Govardhan Hill, instead of withdrawing the rains, Indra threw so much of rains, actually, hailstorms of rains. It is said that when the rains, the clouds which are used during the time of devastation, Samvartak clouds, that was sent by Indradev to devastate. Not only devastate, his intention was to kill all the Vrajvasis. Not even one person should stay alive. That was his intention. So this is complete similarity, where in first case, he held the reins to show his power, and in this case, he sent so much rains to devastate the whole Vrindavan. So now let us begin with 10th canto, 24th chapter. And we will not go through every verse because we have limited time, but we will go through some verses to see the flow. Yeah. So as we know, in this pastime, all the Vrajvasis, every year they used to worship Indra. And what was the reason for worship? All of them used to feel that all of us are Vaishyas, and our main occupation is, crops and grazing of cows and everything. Now we are highly dependent on rains. If rains don't happen, then how our cows will graze upon soft grasses? And if cows don't graze upon, how will we get milk products, and then how will crops be there? How will sustenance be there? So thinking like this, every year Vrajvasis would do Indra Puja, yearly sacrifice. And Indradev, being very pleased, oh, everyone is worshipping me. So he used to shower abundant rains. And this is the system even said by Krishna that, Hare Krishna, seek the blessings of His grace, Ananta Lakshmi. We were actually discussing lessons from Govardhan Lila. Actually, you can better. From 2014 onwards, we have been learning under guidance of Prabhuji so many valuable lessons in spiritual life. So here we see that all the Vrajvasis were feeling that we are highly dependent on Indradev, so let us offer sacrifice. And Krishna also recommends that one should offer sacrifice to the demigods to gain in return. But here one such day, Lord Shri Krishna, who is a small boy still, he goes to Nand Baba and says, Papa, what are you doing? I want to know what is all these preparations happening. He was seeing that elaborate sacrifices happening. All Brajvasis are preparing, some yajna, and all ingredients are being collected. So he goes and tells, please tell me about it, O Father. I have a great desire to know, and I am ready to hear in good faith. Certainly, no secrets are to be kept by saintly personalities who see all others as equal to themselves, who have no conception of mine or another's, and who do not consider who is a friend, who is an enemy, and who is neutral. So he was telling that, don't keep any secrets with me, I'm your own family member, like this Krishna was telling. One who is neutral may be avoided like an enemy, but a friend should be considered like one's own self. So we'll see the 9th verse. Not only we, now Nand Maharaj is replying to Krishna's inquiry. Not only we, my dear son, but also many other men worship him, Indradev, the Lord and Master of rain-giving clouds. We offer him grain and other paraphernalia of worship produced through his own discharge in the form of rain. Just 1 minute. So like this, Nand Maharaj explained him the reason, and I'll just open the PPT. So here we can see Krishna is in the assembly of Nand Baba and all the Vrajvasis and inquiring. So in this chapter, 24th chapter, first 11 verses are conversation between Krishna and Nand Maharaj about Indra Puja. Then about Karma Mimamsa and Nyaya philosophies is spoken by Krishna. Then Krishna instructs the Vrajvasis to worship Govardhan hill. And Vrajvasis perform Govardhan Puja and Lord Govardhan's blessings. So now Krishna is giving the argument. He is telling, oh dear father, what is the need of worshipping Indra? Indra is duty bound actually. Because it is his duty to provide rains, why should we worship him separately? It is his duty. So now if someone asks us a question, why should we, if I'm working very hard, it is my own endeavor and I will get the result, why should I worship God in between? Why should I bring God into picture? Ultimately, result depends on my hard work. So can someone tell what will you answer to him, like to such a person who is putting this question? That ultimately it is my own hard work for which we get the results. There is no need to worship God. Or someone may say, see, I have my good bank balance, I have job, everything is okay, fine, why should I worship God? Everything is set in the life, like, I'm married, everything is there. Any argument you like to say, suppose your friend only says, because here similar thing comes where Krishna is telling that philosophy, karma mimamsa. Actually, everything depends on karma, hard work. Yes, Prabhu. Your name?
Krishna Golapati.
Yes.
So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita he says that I am the ability of man.
Yes.
So Krishna, if he is giving the ability to the person to perform any duty or any hard work, so even to raise a hand, there is a demigod who has to grant permission. So
Yes.
without Krishna's will, nothing can happen. So even if he wants to work hard also, Krishna has to give them.
Yes, perfect answer. So this is what is the right answer. Krishna says in 10th chapter, I am the ability. Like we know very well, if we have to lift our hand, we certainly know it is my endeavor, but it is Lord's sanction also. When a person faces paralysis disease, same hand he is not able to even lift it because the ability is removed by the God. Same way, one may be very intelligent or he has everything provided, but he should know that ultimately Krishna has provided. He is the sanctioner. If he withdraws, then nothing will remain. So yeah, we'll proceed further. So Nand Maharaj replied what we just read. We offer him grains which we get by his rains, and yeah.
But this argument, because you people believe in Krishna, so you are saying everything is Krishna everything, but I don't believe.
Then who is giving that, under whose control it is that person is able to lift his hand? Because it is not by just his free will. Even though person may be paralysis, he has a will. I have to lift my hand, I have to drink, but he is not able to do. So who has removed that ability?
There is a nerve problem. The problem with the nerve. Because of that, he's not able to live.
So how that happened actually? Based on what reason actually? You know?
The weakness of the nerve.
No, certainly weakness of nerve is there, but it's not with everyone's. Only that person is affected actually. So who is causing that?
For that person, there is a weakness in the nerve. Because you asked beginning, what if a normal person asks why only this karma var? So actually, whole world people know only about karma var. So there is daiva var that nobody knows. So that's why I thought. Because he also said directly it is only for devotees. His answer is also only for devotees. Can you say something for a normal crowd who are not devotees? How to answer?
I mean, if you, what happens is when you're working hard in a company. So, for example, take a situation that you're traveling to the company by a two-wheeler. So, that two-wheeler also you have bought it with your own money, but then somebody has made it in a factory, and for the elements that needs to be made using that two-wheeler, all that has come from nature. So ultimately, if you see, somewhere or the other you are dependent on nature, and nature is also being controlled by someone. So if you trace back, eventually you are dependent on God. So even if you want to go and say write a check and sign a check using a pen, that pen is also coming from some nature. That material ingredients are coming from nature, and that nature's working is provided by Krishna. Somewhere the control is there. Therefore, if you want to work, even the simplest task of signing, it comes from Krishna.
This is more little generic.
Even with all this, person may be having everything, but still, if you see happiness, like materially everything is there, but still the person may not be happy actually, even after possessing all these things. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll continue this series of verses. So finally, Krishna started putting an argument to his father that since we understand, actually it's not Indra, it is Govardhan hill who is very much helping in all our efforts. Like when our cows are there, cows need soft grass to graze upon. So it is Govardhan hill which has the soft grasses. So the verse which we began with in the glorification of Giraji, in that it comes, it provides soft grasses, water for drinking. Even there are ponds, like very sweet water is available, beverages like honey, everything. And by eating that soft grass, the cows produces very good milk. Even this is very much logical, like the farmers also know. If the cows eat very good grass, then the milk quality will be different. But if they just graze some hard grass or something, then the milk quality will be different. In the Govardhan, not only is there, but even there are very nice caves. Like when Krishna and cowherd boys would go, if it is very hot, then there are caves in the Govardhan in which if you go, it will be very cool, very cooling, one will feel. And if it is very cool outside, in the caves, they will feel very hot. Different types of flowers are there in the Govardhan. So many varieties of flowers, fragrant flowers, and multi-varieted flowers. Then there are different vegetables. So in this way, Krishna is telling to Nand Baba that actually Govardhan is the one who is supplying all our necessities. Then why don't we worship Govardhan hill? And now Krishna is very sweet talker, like by hearing his words, and also the Vrajvasis actually have so much love for Krishna, they just want to please him. Out of that affection, then finally they decide, okay, this year we will worship Govardhan hill. And whatever paraphernalia was collected for the worship of Indradev, they start taking it to Govardhan hill. And Krishna actually directs them what all should be done. So we'll see in these verses the same flow. Starting. So now Krishna is telling here the process. Let many different kinds of food be cooked, from sweet rice to vegetable soups. Many kind of fancy cakes, both baked and fried, should be prepared. And all the available milk products should be taken for this sacrifice. So what are the ingredients needed? Then he tells the Brahmanas who are learned in Vedic mantra must properly invoke the sacrificial fires. Then you should feed the priest with nicely prepared food and reward them with cows and other gifts. After giving the appropriate food to everyone else, including such fallen souls as dogs and dog eaters, you should give grass to the cows and then present your respectful offerings to Govardhan hill. So it's telling we will offer everything to Govardhan, and then the food, the prasadam, which is there, we will distribute it among everyone, even the dog eaters, chandalas, and everyone else for that matter. And after everyone has eaten to his satisfaction, you should all dress and decorate yourselves handsomely, smear your bodies with sandalwood paste, and circumambulate the cows, the brahmanas, and the sacrificial fires and Govardhan hill. And after this offering, Krishna is also telling we all should circumambulate the Govardhan hill. Now Govardhan hill is 21 kilometers actually. If we compare to 5,000 years before, especially height-wise, like Govardhan now, what it looks, it was 1.8 kilometers more height, means more, height-wise it was more. Because of that apparent curse, it is reducing by the size of mustard slowly. This is my idea, O Father, and you may carry it out if it appeals to you. Such a sacrifice will be very dear to the cows, the brahmanas, and Govardhan hill, and also to me. So, because it is for the pleasure of Krishna, so Vrajvasis are ready to do anything, and they are even ready to take a risk because they know what it means actually. Years after years, they have been worshipping Indradev, and this year not worshipping may bring some havoc, but still, because Krishna is telling, they agree. So Suta Goswami said, Lord Krishna, who is himself powerful time, desired to destroy the false pride of Lord Indra. When Nanda and other senior men of Vrindavan heard Sri Krishna's statement, they accepted his words as proper. So now we may see different pastimes like Brahma Vimohan Lila, this pastime of Indradev, causing such turbulent rains in Vrindavan to kill Vrajvasis. All these pastimes, it does not mean that it's like demonic or something, but even Krishna says that even demigods and sometimes may come under illusory energy and they may act like this. And also Krishna is teaching lesson through his devotees like Indradev that how this false pride is very, very dangerous. In false pride, one actually becomes so angry. Like one such incident we were just, or maybe let us take an example, practical example. Suppose Janmashtami happened, and one day before Janmashtami, devotees worked very hard and hardly any sleep because of preparations. Then Janmashtami day also, full night devotees are awake, almost till late night. And next day of Janmashtami is Prabhupada appearance day. That also is a big festival in ISKCON. And 3 days continuously devotees have worked very hard. But the Sankirtan leader of the temple, he decides that let us go out for the book distribution. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. So he decides and he announces in the morning, today evening all of us will be going for Srila Prabhupada book distribution. And evening time, he is expecting 5 o'clock, all devotees will be assembled, everything. But then, meanwhile, temple president gets to know that, okay, like this book distribution is there. But he is concerned about health of devotees. So he decides, he tells devotees, no, like because it's very tiring. Although it is very pleasing to Srila Prabhupada, but we can go some other time. Today devotees can take rest. And now this Sankirtan leader, he is waiting at 5 o'clock, and then no one has come, what happened? And someone informs him, don't you know, actually temple president informed it is cancelled. And he becomes very angry, that how dare, without my permission, how can temple president cancel like this? So he's not understanding actually, because that pride is there, that false pride, he's not understanding that actually ultimately I'm serving under temple president for his pleasure. I should not be angry, and he becomes very angry and he speaks ill words about temple president. So this is like similar situation we hear, that Indradev is thinking, how come, who is this Krishna who is defying my authority? But actually he forgets that it is Supreme Lord only under whom he is supposed to obey his orders and serve. So finally, as Madhusudan had suggested, the cowherd community did all that was suggested. They arranged for the Brahmanas to recite the auspicious Vedic mantras, and using the paraphernalia that had been intended for Indra's sacrifice, they presented offerings to Govardhan hill and Brahmanas with reverential respect. They also gave grass to the cows. Then placing the cows, bulls and calves in front of them, they started circumambulating Govardhana. Jai Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki jai, Shri Gaunita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna then assumed an unprecedented huge form to instill faith in the coward man, declaring, I am Govardhana mountain. He ate the abundant offerings. So I'll just pause this verses and just show this 3 to 4 minutes video, which depicts very beautifully about this whole pastime, and then we will continue.
Described for Indra. He depend not on Indra for our survival, but on our blessed Govardhan hill.
I am Govardhan. You have pleased me with your prayers and offerings. You shall be greatly blessed if you circumambulate me along with your herd.
My festival to what?
So till now we just discussed how all Vrajvasis very enthusiastically started proceeding towards Govardhan, and they offer everything, and Govardhan appears. Actually Krishna himself appeared in the form of Govardhan and said that accept all your offerings. And he started saying, Aniyor, Aniyor. Aniyor means I want more and more. And then finally when they placed the tulsi leaf, then Govardhan was satisfied, and then everything else was offered as a prasadam. And now what happens when Indra gets to know that all this has happened? This time Vrajvasis have actually, defied his authority and have not done any sacrifice for Indradev. So Indradev becomes very angry, and he decides that we will send Samvartak clouds which are meant for devastation, and not even one person in Vrindavan will survive. Everyone will be devastated. And knowing this, and immediately after this, all the clouds started showering huge amount of rains. Like one drop was like an elephant falling, and it was like pillars of water coming on the Govardhan hill. But before this, at this place called Paita, in the Govardhan hill, Krishna goes, seeing that now Indra is doing like this. He goes, and actually this place is the same place where Krishna shows 4 armed forms to gopis also when they were searching for Krishna. At the same place Krishna goes and lifts the Govardhan hill with his small little finger. No need to find center of gravity. He being the Supreme Lord, directly he lifts Govardhan hill. And seeing that, all Vrajvasis at first were very worried. Oh, small Krishna, especially Mother Yashoda was so much worried about Krishna. Initially I heard from one of the Acharya commentary that Krishna lifted it on the right hand, and then seeing Mother Yashoda so much in worry, to show Mother Yashoda it is nothing for me, he shifted it to left hand, and then to leftmost finger, smallest finger in the left hand. And then seeing Yashoda that, oh, Krishna is always, protecting us. And then seeing all of that, Krishna invited all the Vrajvasis, and they started entering inside the Govardhan hill. And now we will see some lessons. But before that, what was special about this Govardhan? One may see, okay, this was a simple stone only. Now, what is something? Why to worship it? Or how come nothing was actually affecting the Govardhan when Indra was showering such torrents of rain? So, because Krishna's transcendental touch was there on the body of Govardhan, that's why nothing could happen to Govardhan, even though so much thunderbolts and fire, everything Indra tried, but nothing was happening. And regarding this Govardhan, some beautiful details. Then later we will move to what happens beyond after lifting Govardhan hill. So it is said that when Krishna has to go for sports pastimes with his coward friends, the best place for Krishna was this Govardhan hill. He would come here and perform various pastimes, because the Govardhan hill was not some ordinary stone. It was his greatest devotee. So what Govardhan rocks would do, or the shilas would do, when Krishna would be coming in the night time, sometimes the shilas will start emitting translucent. Then they'll become translucent and emit light, and they will become like rubber. So when Krishna walks, it will not hurt him. Like this, it would reciprocate. And not only it has only the steps or something, it even has flat areas where the coward boys can play. Always decorated by the footprints of Krishna and Balram. Now also when we go, we will find there is so many nice imprints of Krishna's lotus feet there. And Regarding caves, we already discussed. The grass is very, very juicy, and it is said that even our greatest acharyas, they have sung the prayer where they are desiring a place of stay at the footsteps of Govardhan hill, because Govardhan is very close to Radhakund also. So for Krishna, any pastime he does in Radhakund is millions of times more joyful than he does in Yamuna, because Radhakund is very dear to Krishna, and because Govardhan at the very close to Govardhan is Radhakund there only. So Govardhan is also very, very dear to Krishna. So it serves Lord in very multiple ways. As we were discussing in the beginning, there are three Haridasas. One is Uddhava, Yudhishthira, and Govardhan. But the gopis who are topmost of the devotees, they are only telling that out of these three, Govardhan is Haridasa Varya, the topmost of the devotees. So this is the beauty of the Govardhan. And the same Govardhan now Krishna has lifted. This was done immediately. Vrajvasis, when all this thunder was happening, Vrajvasis took shelter of Krishna. We will see one beautiful verse. Just like Uttara, when Uttara was in distress, she immediately cried out for Krishna. Similarly, all the Vrajvasis says, Krishna Krishna Mahabhaga Tvam Natham Gokulam Prabhu Tratum Arhasi Devana Kupitad Bhakta Vatsalaha. Can somebody read the translation? Yes. So they are actually petitioning Krishna that Krishna, now you only please save us. So this is the exclusive quality of a devotee, that in any situation of life when he is stuck into, he calls out for Krishna. He knows that Krishna can only protect me because he is the supreme protector. And the whole pastime of Govardhan Hill was enacted. One of the reason was to tell all of us and to tell for all time to come that if you take exclusive shelter of me, then there is no need to worship any demigod actually. And also to give faith to devotees that Yukakshima Vahamyam, that I will protect, whatever happens, if devotees take shelter, Krishna is there for protection. And also to prove this verse, Sarvadharman Parityaja Maam Ekam Shranam Vraja, that exclusive shelter of Krishna should be taken. This pastime of Govardhan again is there. So all the Vrajvasis did that. And always run to Krishna's lotus feet in any weather, whether it's fall weather or fair weather, rain or shine. Just like Vrajvasis, we should do it. And what does it mean to take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet? It means 6 limbs of Sharanagati in one of the light, if you see, which is Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Vivarjanam. So this Sharanagati actually means taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, which Vrajvasis are doing. In our life, what we can do, like first aspect is Anukulasya Sankalpa, accepting what is favorable for devotional service. So now in that, what all comes on a practical level, like sleeping early in the night, because it is favorable for next day. Then getting up no matter, even if it is winter. Like in winter, it is very, very difficult to get up because the blanket is there, and you just don't want to get out of it because the cold water, breeze will be there. But we get up because morning program is there, or we have to chant our rounds. So this is favorable. Then same way, even if some very thick friend is there, and because of his friendship, my bhakti is getting affected, then we give that friendship up, and we just pray for him maybe. So this is what is favorable for our Krishna consciousness. And don't going by pleasure, going by what gives Krishna pleasure, like whatever is pleasurable to our mind and senses. If we don't think about it, rather whatever happiness, how will Krishna feel, what will give Krishna pleasure, if you think like this is also very anukul. So something which is very pleasurable but not good for bhakti, we should give it up. That is Pratikulasya Vivarjanam. Like example, nowadays in YouTube, so much time goes because so many using animations and so many serials. They have put so many stories and using high-tech technology, but it is not so anukul for the bhakti. So that's why we give it up. Then third aspect is Rakshati iti Vishvaso. So first we saw Anukulasya Sankalpa, second we saw Pratikulasya Vivarjanam, third is Rakshyati iti Vishvaso. Now that Krishna only can protect me, and Krishna will definitely protect me. Now we see in the pastime of Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj had such exclusive faith that Krishna will protect me and only Krishna can protect me. That's why such severe test, which we don't face generally, like, what all he faced, like putting in fire, throwing from mountain, among elephants thrown, among snakes. Like if one snake also comes, it is, so disturbing. Like we were recently in Mayapur, so where the class was happening, behind there was one snake, a small snake was there, that too in water. Still it was, some fear was there. But what to speak, in one room, there are so many snakes and we are put into it. But still Prahlad was very fearless because of faith in Krishna. Then Goptratve Varanam, that knowing that actually Krishna is only maintaining everything. Like morning when we get up and we see the nature around us, we see the beautiful flowers which are blossoming, the sun shining, clouds, and the crops are growing. We should know that actually Krishna is behind everything. It is not done by any scientist or something. They cannot do all these things. What is required for our sustenance, whatever food we eat or everything, it is only provided by Krishna. So Krishna is actual maintainer. So that's why, since knowing that Krishna is only maintainer, so we try to serve him using our body in Krishna service. Similar way, like a car is given by company, so we use the car for company service, not for our own enjoyment. Same way, this body belongs to Krishna, so I use it in Krishna service. Then Atma Nikshepa, self-surrender. So voluntarily surrendering, keeping aside all other senses of belonging. So we offer our surrender to Krishna. And Karpanya. We humbly are very grateful for everything Krishna has given. So these are the 6 limbs of Shanagati, which means taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Now, we also will face many situations in our life, either from parents or from our own karmic reactions, whatever. But if you remember this past time, that how even when Vrajvasis took shelter of Krishna, Krishna gave them protection. So if we also remember Krishna, Krishna will protect us. There are 2 very nice terms. Akinchanatvam, which means we possess only Krishna. We only take shelter of Krishna. Everything else will be taken care. And Ananya Gatitvam means I have no other gati than to go other than Krishna. So these are very nice words we can remember. Akinchanatvam and Ananya Gatitvam, that I should always follow this. And now when we say that taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet also includes always, one of the very easiest way is crying out for Krishna through holy names. His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj compares that actually Krishna lifting Govardhan hill. So just like Krishna gave protection to Vrajvasis by lifting Govardhan, same way he is protecting all the people in Kali Yuga by coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and giving this free access to chanting of holy names. Anyone and everyone can chant. And by chanting Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, even offenses are forgiven. So that same protection Krishna is ready to give to us, provided we take that shelter. And now Krishna will only give that shelter to the degree we take that, to the degree we approach Krishna with faith. And that faith comes in association of devotees. That's why when we stay in association of devotees, we get inspiration from each other and try to chant holy names with very seriousness and praying to Krishna that I am very weak, you only please protect me. And one of the prayer to Krishna also can be of multiple ways we can offer prayers. So someone may offer that Krishna, please remove difficulties from my whatever devotions I is. But instead of that, we may even pray to Krishna that, oh dear Shri Krishna, no matter what situations I face into, you always please be with me. Please always guide me. Like Arjuna and Krishna were co-workers, like as we know that Krishna was trying to help Arjuna. Same way, we can pray to Krishna that always please be with me, never leave my hand, always guide me with the right intelligence how to take your shelter. So this way we can offer prayers when we face any difficulties. And Krishna is showing that to this pastime also, that in any situation, do not fear in any situation. Krishna is there for all of us. So if we make Krishna our best friend, he will accompany us at all moments. So now we will go through chapter 25th again. Okay, or PPT. So all this we saw. Just see how this hill has appeared in person and bestowed mercy upon us. So this is chapter 25th, 10 verses, 1 to 10. Indra sent Samvardha clouds and destruction caused by rain and thunderstorms. The next, Vrajavasis surrender to Krishna and Krishna appraises the situation. 19 to 28, Krishna protects the Vrajavasis by lifting Govardhan hill, and Vrajavasis and demigods congratulate Krishna for this wonderful feat. I will counteract the disturbance and destroy Indra's ignorance. I must protect coward because I am their shelter, their master, their family member. I took vow to protect my devotees. Kauntiya Pratijanihi. And that's why Krishna lifts Govardhan hill just like a child holds a mushroom. And this was the only time where all the Vrajavasis were together for 7 days and 7 nights. There was no other time. Like morning time when Krishna will be in the home, all the coward friends will be in separation from Krishna. Then when Krishna would go for the with the coward friends for grazing cows, etc., then gopis will be in separation, all the motherly gopis, they'll be thinking of separation. So this was the only time where Krishna exhibited all 5 rasas with all the devotees, when for continuously 7 days with beautiful smiles, beautiful reciprocation. And all the Vrajavasis got to see Krishna to their heart satisfaction. So now we will just continue. Okay, video got closed.
His Lord Vishnu was given Indra and the other Devatas.
Indra is sure to destroy us all. My dearest Krishna, I know you meant well, but your actions have enraged Indra. We must beg his forgiveness at once.
But Father, wait, Balaram. Father's right. Their suffering is due to my advice.
Krishna would never let any harm come to us or his beloved Vrindavan.
It is true, Mother. My love for you all is too great to be checked by Indra's wickedness. I will protect Vrindavan.
Krishna! Oh, my child! Lord Krishna!
You can't escape the wrath of Indra. Now you shall pay for listening to Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, help us!
Indra is destroying Govardhan Hill!
Indra cannot harm you. Do not fear.
Yeah. So whatever in short 2 minutes we saw everything, that how hailstorms, everything was falling, but nothing happened to anyone. Not even one cow, one Brajvasis, no one got affected because they were under shelter of Krishna. So some of the lessons, because we have only 5 minutes remaining. Uh, uh, One of the lesson we learn about taking shelter of Krishna in all situations. Another lesson is how expectation brings about frustration. So when we see the case of Daksha, when Daksha was expecting that Shiva should respect him, when the whole sacrifice was happening and Shiva did not respect, all that pastime happened where Daksha finally was killed and he got the goat head, etc. Similar way here, Indra was expecting puja, like puja la pratishta. So because of just that expectation, he ended up, committing so much offenses to, so many devotees, and ultimately has to cut out a sorry figure in this pastime to teach us a lesson. So in our life also we learn that we actually don't expect puja la pratishta. We do our service because it is given to us. That post should not go into head. Like Indra was thinking, now this post is there and I am the supreme. But if we know that that post is actually awarded by Krishna or devotees in our life, so no matter how big we are, like even when we see GBCs, recently in Pune there was GBC meet. So many of the devotees were involved in the service. Some were from Bangalore also. They were serving, like Dinesh Pro was telling about Shankadhari Prabhu. He's such senior devotee. But he's so humble in his dealings. Like he does not allow anyone to do any service. He tells Prabhu, I will do. And his dealings are so polite, so humble. With those devotees who are less than half of his age, like he may be 60, 70, devotees are 25, but still he deals so respectfully. Not only Prabhuji, all other sannyasis. Because they know, even though they are at the post of GBC or whatever, assistant to GBCs and temple presidents, but that post does not go into their head. They know it is meant for service, so that we can serve devotees and in this way increase the movement or bring glory to the Srila Prabhupada. So always we can be conscious of whatever post and position is given to us. And to be cultured means to recognize and offer gratitude in always, in this situation actually. So here we see Vrajvasis actually, they were very grateful to Krishna and they always recognize that, okay, Krishna is there for our protection. Another aspect is, after all this incident that happened, now Indra was not even feeling that how will I come in front of Krishna, what I have done, means he was feeling very, very shameful or very, very, guilty that how can I come in front of Krishna now. That time actually he comes with Surabhi cow, Mother Surabhi, and actually he was hiding behind and Surabhi puts a petition to Krishna. So same way, if actually devotees pray for us to Lord, then we have a great hope and that Krishna will actually give us his mercy. And finally the Abhishekam happened, the bathing ceremony. That's why the Surabhi Kund, which is one of the most holiest place because all the offenses are forgiven. There they did Abhishekam of Krishna with all the heavenly water, milk, everything. And in this way, Indra was again told by Krishna, okay, you continue your service. No need to give up your service. So whatever, even if we commit some mistake, we go and admit to superiors. If they say, okay, you continue, then we continue our service. Not that, no, means I will decide now. So that should not be there. Another one important lesson is how we can correct without hurting. Like in this case, now Indra, even though he was the authority for rains, but his authority, like who is Krishna, he actually, overtook or took the control. Just like in this case, we saw of temple president being angry on the, Sankirtan leader being angry on the temple president. So maybe he could have gone and clarified that, Prabhu, actually we had planned like this, suddenly you cancelled, can I know? Okay, then temple president will say, Prabhu, this is the situation, devotee's health is more important. Then he would have understood. So this is one way of correcting without hurting. But the hurting means going and speaking ill words. So in this case also, Indra could have come to Krishna and said, dear Lord, you only have appointed me as the controller of rains, and can I know that why are you doing like this year, that you are stopping the yajna? Like this it could have been done. But instead of that, actually Indra took such a way where he wanted to harm so many Vrajvasis, so which was wrong. So although there can be many other lessons, because even just about false pride, we can speak so many things, how Krishna curved false pride, but there is lack of time. We'll just end the class with the discussion with this small prayer to Shri Govardhan ji. Devotees can please repeat, because all of us are looking for happiness, but happiness in spiritual life. Only with that we can continue. Like it is said that higher taste is very much required to continue in spiritual life. But this higher taste comes and goes. Sometimes we see, okay, again we are facing low. But it is said, Paramananda Daine. Actually, Govardhanji can bestow supreme bliss upon us by his mercy if we pray to him. So devotees can please repeat. Namaste Girijaya, Namaste Girirajaya, Shri Govardhan Namine, Ashesha Klesha Nashaya, Paramananda Daine. Translation is, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the King of all hills, Govardhan Hill, the source of enjoyment for the senses, land and cows. He is a servant of Krishna and is Krishna himself. He puts an end to unlimited sufferings and bestows the supreme bliss. So, Shri Giraj Govardhan ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubheshya kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnava. If anyone has any question, you can ask personally because already time is 9 o'clock. Thank you. I seek forgiveness if any of my words were not proper or if I spoke something here and there. I just tried my best and this class was just for my purification and on the instruction. Hare Krishna.